This is an example of a smartboard presentation I could give to a classroom. Starting here, we have maps, which is what the lesson will be about. It's going to go over what are continents, what are the main countries within them, and the main objective, that students will be able to name continents and recognize major countries within them. On the next slide, I would introduce the topic with a YouTube video, hyperlinked to this image. This video just gives a brief overview of the names of the continents. Students would be able to watch it and have an idea of what we're going to go over. Next, I would give some of the lesson portion. I used a shape that is the same color as the background to hide some of the notes that I don't want them to see it. So it's what are continents, and I would explain and drag down. And then I included fun facts that the students could listen to and learn to help them remember what each continent is. Then I used a pre-made template to go over the progress so that I can make sure that the students were paying attention the previous slide, and I would have them raise their hands, and then I would write down on the screen what they said. Or, for example, what continents are. Then on the next slide, I would go into some more information about continents. And then I have 2 questions planned in where I can move the red bar to reveal the answers. Then I also have a hyperlink to this website where I can use desktop annotate function, which allows me to not do that. Highlight, underline, write on something else besides simply the smartboard function. So this way I can go over with the students part of their lesson. And this part of the lesson goes over like the oceans and the seas that I didn't put in the actual smartboard presentation. Then I can exit, and it goes right back to my presentation. Next, during this part we would also talk about different countries within, specifically one of each. So then I would have this game that a few students could come up and put the countries by where they thought they would go, and then we can address what we got right and wrong and how we can try to remember each one. Put it all back. And then finally, for my last slide, I would have them break off into groups and write down in their groups the names of each of the continents, and then I would have each group come up and write one onto the board. So like North America, Africa. That way the students can show me they know it and use each other as help. And then that is my presentation. What I really enjoy about the Prometheum and the Smartboard type of applications is how interactive it can be, more than just a PowerPoint. Like, you can move down the thing and like move down the shape so that you can keep kids on task, and you can have them write in what they've learned to make sure that the kids are paying attention. And it keeps them interacted through the whole thing with the games you can include. Some other examples of lessons I could do would be going over like the parts of a story, having students come up and pick the beginning, middle, or end of a story. Or I could do a lesson on math, on the multiplication tables, and going through and having the students come up and write the answers or write out questions. I think this is a very good piece of technology that we can utilize in the classroom to help the students be the best that they can be. Thank you.